I think a lot of it is about telling a story. And I think cybersecurity has come a long way in that regard. Originally, there was a little bit of this, kind of ivory tower approach where somebody would say, "We're going to institute this requirement," and they would get asked why, and they would say, "Well, because it's to secure the system or the service or the data or whatever." But that doesn't really provide a tangible reason as to why. It's very opaque. And in some cases, even if you say, well, we're doing this because we heard about these attacks or these issues elsewhere, or because of a particular compliance requirement, then it's still abstract. So one of the things that we were successful in doing is taking initiatives. I'll use multi-factor as an example, and really explaining how the lack of multi-factor in our case was impacting Duke as a whole, and then faculty, staff, and students on a personal level. And so when you go back and you look at in the higher ed space and also outside the higher ed space, about 5-6 years ago, there was a series of attacks against organizations where they would try to change direct deposit information. And these were usually done via phishing messages, et cetera. And so looking at it and being able to tell that story to our stakeholders, to our customers, so to speak, about this is what is happening. And by the way, if we had this thing over here called multi-factor authentication, then it further protects your accounts. You don't lose paychecks. You don't, have an impact to your financial situation. That allowed us to tell the story and explain the reasoning in a rational way as to why this particular change was needed.